Hey y'all, JS Creations Art Sanity here, and this video is to show you how I prep and finish my gel pens. I'm using the Papermate Inkjoy gel pens, the medium tip. First I need to take them apart, so I unscrew the bottom, dump all the innards out, and I store all of my innards in this plastic baggie just so that they're all together and I don't lose anything. Next I'm going to use some cutters and cut off the clip and the little nubby piece before coming in here with a sanding block to sand the entirety of my pen. Now you'll notice I will rub my finger over the areas that I cut off while sanding. I just want to make sure that those areas are smooth. After my sanding, I will use some 91% isopropyl alcohol. I have it in a spray bottle, and I will just spray that on my pen and use a shop towel to clean that off. I want to make sure I get all of that dust from the sanding off of my pen. Once that's done, I'm using a dowel rod to put my pens on. This dowel rod I already had on hand. It's a 1/4 inch. I cut it to the length that I wanted, and I am going to put some Vaseline on one end of this rod before slipping my pen on. Now the Vaseline is not for the pen itself, it's actually to it acts as a barrier for when you start doing your resin. So I will just put some Vaseline on one end, slip my pen on. Like I said, that acts as a barrier. It won't, if you get resin on there, it will just come off. It won't stick to the rod, and it won't stick your pen to the rod. I hope all that makes sense. So my cup turner come with these honeycomb inserts, and I just put some rubber bands around the honeycomb, and I slip the rods into the rubber bands, and that's how I hold my pens for when they're drying and on my turner. So these are all prepped and ready to be sprayed with a base coat, any color you want. And I just slip it in my bottle here, and that's how I store them for after painting them so that they'll dry. Now my pens are done. I slip it off of the rod, and I'm going to use my knife here, coming into the top and very gently scraping out the inside of the top of my pen, just to get any resin, paint, glitter, anything that might have fallen down in there. Again, being very careful because I don't want to destroy the pen. And I'll do the same thing on the bottom. Now my file there, sometimes you'll get like a piece of resin that maybe went over the edge of your pen. It will come off, when you slip it off the rod. And I just use that file to just file it down. But this pen was pretty good. I didn't have to do that. So once I think I have it all clean there, I will put it all back together. Of course, you want to make sure that you have the right innards for your pen, especially if you're doing a colored pen. So I put it all back together, and of course you want to click it, make sure that it works. If it doesn't, then repeat the cleaning out process. So take it back apart, run your knife in there again, because you have something in there that is keeping it from clicking. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and leave me a comment. And until next time, see ya.